this is the cheapest robot in the market. Okay? You need to be aware of this, because with Undervet we talked about the ROSA system, which is 900,000. Okay? The Hansen system, the Sensei, 800,000. You know, the vascular robot that Hansen had was 1.3 million. The Da Vinci system, I worked for all of these companies, right? As a general manager or a European director. And this is very expensive, and we sell this to the hospital. You know what the return on investment is on those robots? Nothing. Why? Why is it nothing? Because they write it off over 60 months and so on. So you need to think about it. Now, we have a big struggle to sell a robot for 400,000 or 500,000, right? Why? Because you have to overcome the mindset of somebody. Somebody, a doctor, you know, a successful doctor is buying a very nice house for 200,000, 300,000, 500,000. Yeah? So this is like the equivalent of a house. So this is something that they never learned because they're working all of the time. Yeah? So what I have here is, of course, in this room I have different distributors. What's the sales price in your region, Didier? The end user price, let's say
around 300,000 US.
Yeah, 300,000 US dollars. Okay, 325,000 in the US. We sell for 360,000 euros, which equals $400,000. Yeah, but the reality of it is, with value-added tax, it's much higher. Who has used the iPad for return on investment calculations?
I haven't.
Yeah? It's not easy, you know, but, you know, if you really know how to do it, it gives you time with your customer. That means, while you do it,
It's not to make it
in front of the customer, you do it, it's like you're talking, how are you doing, how's your dog, you know, how's your wife, why are you here, you know, and so on. Yeah, and so on. Very nice. So I just prepared it to save time, but if I'm on a congress, I don't even put in the real thing or let him do it, you know, while I'm still talking, you know. So I prepared this already, but you can do duck, 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 you know, just some numbers to fill it to go to the next page. So where am I right now here? I just opened the app, you know, Home, International, or you can go to the US website and the ROI calculator. You skip the video and you're on this page. And now, here it is. I want you to remember something. If you say cases per month, how many would you put there for the first quarter? Because these are the quarters here, right?
4.
4?
4
Yeah?
to 6.
4 to 6, something like this. But now, I go back to you and say, doctor, you invest into a machine like this, it's a lot of money. Do you think, I mean, it would be possible for you to work with this machine 2 days in a week? 2 days, is that possible? Yes. No, I mean, here, I'm selling what you have to tell them. And then you hold them with this commitment. And if you do the pre-marketing, that's something that we will do later on after this session, you do it. You heard it yesterday. Okay? So this looks completely different if I do a number like, and this is the ideal thing that I always do, I go back to, I go to case.
Play with them, with different scenarios?
Yes, you can. No, that's perfect. I see you have the experience. But I just want to give some rules to the people that you know, to help them with numbers that they're easy to remember. So it's like 2 per week, maybe another 2 per week, but let's say they increase because they have a better name in the field. Okay, they do 3 and maybe 4. That's good, 4. We have doctors, Dr. Bren is doing 7 to 11 a week. 2 a day, sometimes 3 a day, it's possible. If Nadal comes in, it's only 1 a day, right? Very special guy. Yeah, you know, the tennis player. So, but this is a nice rule of thumb that I do. 2, 2, 3, 4. So please remember that. And I just put some, you know, the procedure cost in throughout Europe or US is 1,500. We sell in HPs. You can do it any other way. I don't care if it's, you know, harvested temps. This is a nice model, and I can, of course, address individually all of your needs, but then how is this and how needs it to be sold, this procedure, worldwide price? What do you think? 10, 15,000.
I mean, again, so yeah, 10 or
Yes.
you go a bit lower, so you play with the 9 effect, so 9,999
Yeah.
or something.
Actually, I don't do this because I want him to see 10. He can come back to me with 9. Oh, no, I can only sell it for 8. And then I do the same thing, right? So I go over 10, but I don't go 15. So I say, I just put 10,900 just for the calculation right now. So that is okay. I hope you don't mind, you know. So no worries. And then I go to the next page. Yeah? And all of a sudden, you know, I enter the system price, which is, we said 300,000?
360?
I love it. Yeah? So the higher you go here, the more difficult it gets. So what's the value added tax in your countries?
19?
19? 7? We have in Poland 8. In Germany, you know, UK 21, 22, okay? So I put, let's say, 19, okay? 19%. Shipping cost. I always enter shipping cost, and I enter this very low just so that it's
But
there.
that you don't need it because it's the final price to the customer, or you charge the shipping cost apparently?
No, it's just for the calculation. They need to know.
Although sometimes the shipping cost may have a different tax level as well.
Right, you have this, or you don't charge, or you say, I include it in the price. Something to play with, yeah? But you know, you put it there, okay? And then, let's say to make it interesting, you say, okay, 1 year service, so they're here for the first year service. And now, all of a sudden, we have a full price, which is like, all of a sudden, 450,000. That's what we are selling. You know, so if we talk about 300,000, just to, you know, because for them it makes no difference if the system is 200,000 or 300,000. Yeah, it's the same big hurdle because they sold systems for 50, or yeah, bought systems for 50, 60, 80,000, 40,000, something like this. So it's huge. It was never there before. Now you ask the doctor at this price here, what do you think? How long do you need to pay back for a price like that, to finance it or whatever?
2 or 3 years.
2 or 3 years?
Because
Yeah? I tell you something. They're all, if they do leasing or whatever, they tell you 60 months. So it's 5, 6 years, you know, and they want to be faster and pay it faster. You know, that's a little bit how you pay for your house, right? Or for a car. You know, house is even longer and lower, you know. So it's a little bit how people think. Now, this is a point where you hook them, okay? So let's say 3 years. Let's go with 3. Okay, 3 years, fine. Yeah, good. Let's see how that works. We do the next one. And all of a sudden, you have, of course, 26 procedures here, right? And then what you have is a revenue, a total revenue of 1.5 million, okay? The total cost with all of these cases covered is 600,000, okay? And then within the first year, they make 900,000. You know, with 80,000 a month, they can afford a nice office. They can even hire another doctor that we train. They can afford a lot. Now, we have critical persons, yeah? Like, impossible, 10,000. No, it doesn't work. And I say, wow, it doesn't work. Okay, I understand. So let's go back. So how much do you think you can charge? And then I start playing with the system. By the way, they're very impressed with the system. Can I have the system? Some salespeople, you know, come to me, oh, it's okay. No, I can only send you a calculation. And they say, oh, okay, it's 6,000. Really? You will charge for such a premium procedure, which is giving you back the hair, you know, all the patients will be happy. Only 6,000? Yeah, 6,000 more is impossible, impossible. And I hear impossible a lot, okay, until it's there and it's possible and everybody can do it. We are here to overcome the impossible, right? That's very important. So I go back and cut the price in half. We still have to pay 450,000, right? So let's have a look. Well, see, this is what we make because we get only half price. It's below 1 million. Sorry, yeah, because you don't ask for the higher price. You don't go for the people. I'm sure in Colombia, For example, you have people sitting in a restaurant and they have no problem to put $100 on the table for a good meal, right?
Yeah.
In a top, I'm asking top restaurants, right?
Yes.
Then you look around, how many people are in this restaurant? 150. And you find 30 with bad hair.
Yeah.
Can they pay for their hair? No, because they don't want to get rid of their watch. Do you think they need to get rid of their big Rolex watch? No, they don't. They pay for the procedure. But you know what they want to have? They want to have the best procedure. Now here's something that's very important about hair transplants, okay? There's a good message about it. A hair transplant is, you know, you do this to here, it's permanent, right? How great is that? Now, you say, okay, I go to Turkey. You take a big risk, and they damage your hair. It's only a risk. Maybe you get a good procedure, right? Manually. Maybe, right? But the bad message is, it's permanent. You cannot fix it. You lost your hair already here, right? Now, I'll give you another calculation. 2,000 hairs, okay? And think about it. It's 20% that you lose. So how much do you lose? Quick calculation. 400 hairs already. Now, you do a manual thing here without side making, without protecting your hair. You lose, I'm sure, another 10%, okay, in this area, which is another, I don't know, 100, 200, 300 hairs. They undergo an operation because they have a hair problem. And they go there and they lose already hair. It's not you don't get your hair back. You extract them here. So every time you do something here, you have less hair here in the donor area. Okay, so this is what we know. And listen, if you tell the patient clearly, well, there's a chance that there is a transaction rate here, okay, when I implant your hair in between and whatever, and you might, you know, lose some of your wonderful hair here. Would they like that? And here, I protect it, but this will cost you $5,000 more, okay, and it will be permanent. And if you lose hair, it's permanent. Yeah, it's a different story, but this is a calculation there, okay? So again, you're not asking, you cannot convince the people to ask for the premium price. Nevertheless, within the first year, you still make some money, okay? You pay for the system, you make some money. You still make 200,000, okay? So that's very interesting. Now, the robot is paid for, you go to year number 2, you know? And we're not talking too many procedures, okay? But some people might even come back and say, oh, too many procedures. Like, okay, it's like this. I go back, back, back. Now let's do the worst calculation. Let's say we do 1. Let's say this guy is really moving slow, and we are not talking about year number 3 or 4 or 5 when they're well known and they are really making money, and we have lots of examples for that. Okay? Let's say now, finally, they got the message, and they do 2. Yeah? Okay, then I do 2. And now we are at this low price, which we don't want. This needs to be eliminated. See, I'm here because I know that this will replace 5 to 10 years from now all the other procedures. And people, there will be such a big demand we cannot even cover right now. Not yet. You don't see it yet because you haven't been there yet. And you will still have not a good reputation. Oh, it's too expensive, it's this, it's that, yeah, it's not that much better. Because all the dinosaurs will fight and think against it. And these are intelligent people. They defend their markets, okay? And I can explain this to you because the most successful company in the medical device arena is Intuitive Surgical with a Da Vinci prostatectomy. And it's costing a lot. Those 4 instruments, 3-4 instruments, will cost you $3,000 each operation. It's not really profitable, but it's so much better. Nevertheless, who knows Medtronic? Everybody, huh? Medtronic, yeah? Or J&J. So what is the market capitalization of Medtronic?
About 30.
No, it's 110 million. 110 billion market cap, okay? How many employees do they have worldwide? Direct employees?
80,000.
Even more, it's double. Yeah? So 160,000 employees, and they have distributors. And how old is this company? It's 100 years old. It started very slowly with a slow, product portfolio. Now they have how many products in their portfolio? Thousands. Yeah? Thousands of people and whatever, okay? A 100-year-old company. And then you have this 10-year-old, 15-year-old company, yeah, Intuitive Surgical. And they have what? 3,000 employees and one product. And they have 30 billion market cap. And they have their worth now, a share is now at $839. So it's like Google and others. It's top rated. And nobody knows it. And everybody still thinks it's crazy. Okay? This is what we are talking about. And this is what we have in our hands here. We always don't get the illusion or the impression that people will talk against it. The reason why we are here is because people talk against it and they need good salespeople. If we are on the right side, if you remember, if we have crossed the chasm and this walking up this mountain is very, very tough. Sliding down on that side, everybody can do it. Ah, yeah, here, doctor, I have a contract. Yeah, here, sign here. Yeah, they have the product information, they have the data, they have everything. They have everything what we do not have right now in our hands, okay? So, but we have those tools in our hands. Now, let's see how bad this is. This is the worst model I've ever made, by the way. I'm scared to show. Should I do it?
No,
Should I do it?
Yeah.
No, I don't do it.
Yes.
Yeah, right? You want me? Okay.
No, the way we should not go.
Okay, the way we should not go is here, okay? Very, very bad, okay? Revenue is only 400,000. We spend more, okay? And what? Well, here it's 100,000. Well, it's 10,000 a month that I need to put on top of this within 1 year to pay it off. Okay? 10 months can be only 10 patients that you schedule more. Okay? In this case, of course, it's 15 patients because it's 6,000. Okay? Now, look at year number 2. In the second year, and this is for me unheard of with any other device. This is, much more interesting. They're doing more patients, and they have a net income of $500,000, which is 40,000. It's generating 40,000 in addition to what they usually do, okay? In addition, if it's well organized. So we all need to provide the right organization. This is a tool that helps you. That's the worst calculation. There's no real increase here. They are not doing patients and they're still in year 2 profitable. And look at this. It's constantly moving up. Crazy, huh? It's really crazy. This is return on investment. Nevertheless, it's their decision, it's not my decision, because we provide the tools, and that's our job, to have another calculation here, okay? Some more patients here, okay? Some more marketing. If they spend like 10,000 in marketing, which a lot of these successful doctors do, they get the patients, for sure. If they do the barber shop thing, a nice event here, there. If they pay the barber for 3 haircuts before, it's like, hey, yes, okay, I send you this guy. They talk, and then what do you have? You don't have those patients like, no, I wanted to look like Ronaldo, yeah, right? And you say it's impossible. Sorry, you look like something else, You're not Ronaldo, and you don't get this hair, and you don't have the donor area. Yeah? But you have these very bad discussions with people that come usually from a different background. If you and the doctor educates them well, on what they will get, you get high-class patients with a premium product, and it's not hurting, and then they get a great procedure. So I'm selling happiness, because if the patients are happy, the doctor is happy, everybody's making money. Yeah? That's my mission. Yeah? I have a happy team. Some even like me, some guy in my team. Unbelievable. Yeah? Or they're good pretenders. So this is, you never know. So are there any questions? Now here it is. You see, I use this tool, right? I use this tool because I always hear it's too expensive. It's like, well, how much money you want to make with it? That's the question, okay? I started, buying condominiums that were very bad. And I had bad tenants, I had bad people in there, I have a lot of trouble. It was sucking up my energy. Now, I bought high-class things. They're always rented out, nice people. I send them a bottle of champagne, on the table. They say, thank you, it was nice to stay here. And I make more money. And the people who rent out make more money. And everybody is happier, okay? I want to have happy, rich people in my life. And that's what it is. And that is what I do. And I do this on the side. And therefore, I really ask you to play with a return on investment because it's so expensive. No, it's not expensive. And be happy if it's expensive because this is a chance to make more money. And talking about the $1 million, that just means ask Joey, learn from him how to generate this. So I hope you all go away from this meeting, with a good idea of return on investment. This is the worst case I ever put in here, okay? It cannot be worse than that. Otherwise, we are not doing our job, okay? Very clear. In all countries of the world, because I'm not sure, is McDonald's offering something cheaper in Colombia? Let's say. I don't think so.
No.
The Coke is the same price as in China.
No.
This is going to be a franchise, and then you have these super guys, who are charging 35 to 50,000 in Beverly Hills. Why? Because they can do it. Yeah? I love to quote Dr. Miguel Canales, and I know him since a long time. And if they ask, oh, this guy is offering another procedure down there, or in Turkey, same question. You say, we don't offer this procedure. It's not our procedure, okay? And we need to internalize all of these phrases to be very, very strong in the field. Well, thank you very much.